Do you hear the sound? What does that sound like to you? To me, that sounds beautiful. All up until the minute that I get home and upload those pictures into my computer and realize I have to go through them. Sports photography is all about speed, but sorting through those pictures after the shoot, that could be painfully slow. You blink and suddenly hours have gone by. But what if I told you AI could do all the heavy lifting and help you with this problem? From picking the sharpest, cleanest, most epic pictures in just minutes, editing them, and having them ready to deliver, all while you get to enjoy your family or go out and shoot some more. What's up? My name is Jay LeBlanc, wedding photographer and photo video educator. Now, I just said wedding photographer, but did you know I also shoot a lot of other things? I just kind of label myself as a wedding photographer. That's kind of my bread and butter, but I shoot a lot of different events. And most recently, I had the opportunity to shoot a fitness event. A couple of my friends were competing at a local gym in a fitness competition, and I had the opportunity to go shoot them. Well, after 3 hours, I had almost 4,000 pictures. That's a lot of pictures. And the fact that I don't really have the time right now to be going through all those pictures, I was like, I use Aftershoot for my weddings. Why can't I use it for this? And lo and behold, it does. And it does a great job at it. So today, I'm going to walk you through how Aftershoot not only handles weddings, but can also handle sports and fitness photography. Let's take a look. I'm not saying my workflow is the only way to do it, but I find that this to be one of the fastest ways to get through all of your images. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to take all of our pictures off of our memory cards. We're going to dump them into a folder and organize them however you organize them on your hard drives. That's totally up to you. We're going to take that folder and we're going to drag it over into Aftershoot. Let's jump into Aftershoot and I'll show you what this looks like. So in Aftershoot, the first thing we're going to do is click New Album. And then right here, it just says, hey, drag your pictures on in. So I'm going to go ahead and take the folder of all the pictures that I already have. We're going to drag it on in. Give it a couple of seconds. I have 3,600 pictures in this folder. And look at that, it's already populated. Oh, hey, look at that. It's my dog Nacho starting off my shoot. Before I go to every shoot, I always take a couple pictures, make sure the camera still works. I don't know, weird OCD of mine. But when my dog's laying on the ground at my feet helping me get ready, they're the test subject. So thanks, Nacho. But take a look. We have 3,641 images here. And the very first thing I'm going to do is click on this cull tab. Now we can go through this manually and look at all these pictures if we wanted to. Sure. But that'll take a long time. And that's the old method that we're trying to get rid of. But what I'm going to do is click on this cull tab right here at the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Start Culling in the bottom right. So we have two different options. We have AI automated culling, and then we have AI assisted culling. For this, I'm going to go with the automated culling just because it's nice and easy. We have a couple options where we do have some control. It's not completely automated, but for this shoot, that's what we're using. So we're going to click on that. And then right at the top, we have what type of shoot is this? Now, in the past, Aftershoot has always been weddings and engagements. Portraits and headshots made their way into there. But if you look, Aftershoot is so much more than just weddings. Sure, they got their name recognized in the wedding industry, but now sports photography. That's what we're talking about today. We're going to click on sports photography because we did a fitness related shoot. Now for our automated AI cull, choose how many photos you'd like AI to select for you. This is, do we want it to select a lot of pictures or a little bit of pictures? Personally, I feel like Aftershoot culling always over selects anyway. So I'm going with extreme here just because I want to cull it down as much as possible. Just give me the best of the best. I don't want to see stuff that's just okay. And then we have another option right below, which is customize the AI cull, which you can do as well. And personally, this is the one that I always use when I'm culling my weddings. For today, let's give it a shot. So we have our highlight photos. How many stars do we want? I'm giving it 3 stars. And this can be completely customized to your workflow. This is my personal workflow and how I go about things. So for my highlight photos, we're doing 3 stars. For duplicate photos, we're going to group them together. I'll point this out to you later on. After the culling process is finished, Aftershoot groups together pictures that are very similar because in sports photography and wedding photography, often we are taking multiples of the exact same thing, and Aftershoot's nice enough to just group them all together for us so we don't have to look at as many pictures. Then we have blurry photo detection. AI will identify and mark blurry photos. Do you want that on or off? I'm going to keep it on. It's kind of nice knowing, hey, this picture is blurry, so we are or are not going to include it. Then we have a closed eye detection. For fitness shoots, I don't think this is necessary to turn on because there are going to be some good pictures with people's eyes closed. For a wedding, maybe you're going to want to turn this on. Once in a while, you have pictures with their eyes closed. But for me, right now, we're going to leave this off. And then we're going to overwrite existing stars and colors, meaning if you have culled part of this gallery before, it's going to overwrite that metadata. So I'm going to click on Start Culling. Now we have 3,641 images. And right now it's saying their magical unicorns are culling your images. I don't know too many unicorns that cull pictures, but we'll go with it. All right, and we're going to see how long this takes. I'm going to pen a comment down below where I'm asking, how long do you think it would take you to cull through 3,600 pictures? I'll give you my answer down there as well, because I guarantee you it is much longer than what Aftershoot is about to do for us. So in the meantime, go ahead, go grab a drink, go grab a little snack, and when you come back, your pictures will be ready. So while Aftershoot is calling, I'm going to throw this out there to you. If you are interested in trying Aftershoot for yourself, there is a link down below where you can save yourself a little bit of money if you decide that you would like to also use Aftershoot. Full disclosure, that's an affiliate link. I will make a very small commission off of it. It does not affect the price of Aftershoot for you, other than you save some money. So why not use it? We all like saving some money, right? And if you do use that link, I will very much so appreciate you and continue to make these videos for you. And just like that, we have all of our edits done. So let's take a look real quick. First thing I'm going to do is just see how many that Aftershoot selected. So in the top right corner, we're going to see selected. We have 1150. So it culled down about 2/3 of the images. And then we have highlights of 172. And what's pretty cool, you can see right here in this top corner that all of our images were culled in 22 minutes and 52 seconds. Now, did you answer the question down below and tell me how long it would take you to cull 3,600 pictures? Was it more than 22 minutes? My answer's down there, and it was definitely more than 22 minutes. Do me a favor, if anything I've said so far has helped you out, give me a like down below, because it'll just let me know that I should be making more videos on Aftershoot for you. So one thing I wanted to point out before I mentioned that Aftershoot was going to stack similar images for us. Well, let's take a look. Some of these images, you can look in the top left corner. This has 3, this has a 2, this is a 4 with the little stack icon. That means that it has found 2, 3, 4, in this case 5 images that are very similar to it. And if we want to see those other images, because right now all we see is the one on top. We see the one that Aftershoot has selected as our select. But there's some other pictures in there that are pretty good. So for example, I'm going to click on this picture, and Aftershoot has found 5 similar images. And yeah, pretty much the exact same image. The difference is, where is she looking? We have this one where you see her face, this one more of a side profile, looking at something else, and then looking down at her hands. Well, Aftershoot thought this was the best one. As you can see, it gave it 3 stars, everything else only has 1. And I would agree, because in this picture we can see the most of her face. Well, if we thought maybe we like this moment too, where she's looking down at her hands, okay, well, let's include that. I'm going to go ahead and just hit 3 on that. That allows us to do a little bit of the culling on our own. If maybe we have a moment or a shot that we really, really liked, or maybe we just want to see a different variation of some images, this allows us to very quickly look at all of those similar images and pick the ones that we like the most. Have you ever shot a fitness competition? They are fun, but let me tell you, gyms have terrible lighting. It's so nice when people walk into the exact spot that the lighting is decent, but for the most part, gyms have awful lighting. And as I scroll through this, you'll see, like this image, for example, there's 9 images stacked here. And yeah, when I am shooting at a high burst rate, when I'm shooting sports, there's going to be a lot of very similar images. Well, when it comes to sports, we all know that there is that moment, especially in fitness and weightlifting. There's a moment where athletes want the picture taken because it makes them look the best. For example, if you know anything about fitness, doing a thruster, doing a shoulder press, well, this image doesn't look good because her elbows are bent. It's actually a little bit blurry too, but that's not the finished position of the movement. Same one here. This image, the one that Aftershoot selected, that is full extension, locked out, the end of the movement. That is where athletes want to be portrayed in pictures of them. So we want to make sure our athletes look good. Aftershoot did a great job at selecting the appropriate image to use here, but maybe it made a mistake at some point along the way, and we want to show something a little bit different. Well, that's where we really can utilize those stacks where we can quickly find other moments that also look good. This is something that I personally do all the time when I'm editing. I'm going to just take all the pictures that are very similar, group them together, look at them all at once, and select the best one. Well, Aftershoot's doing that entire process for us. And I love it because Aftershoot's saving so much of my time by just doing a process that I would already be doing, and it's selecting the best one for me. And if I disagree with it, then it's super easy to come in here and make those changes. Another thing that's super nice about culling inside of Aftershoot, the pictures load so much faster inside of Aftershoot compared to Lightroom. We all know Lightroom's slow. It has its problems when it comes to culling and going through images. Yes, it's almost kind of like the go-to editor for most photographers, but it has its flaws. And culling inside of Aftershoot for me is just so much easier and so much more painless. Even if I did all the culling on my own, I decide I don't want to let Aftershoot cull any of my images. I'm going to do that myself. Inside of Aftershoot, it just goes so much faster to the point where I'd much rather do it inside of here than I would inside of Lightroom. I know a lot of photographers that will do their culling inside of other software just because it's so much faster than Lightroom. Well, here's another option for us. We could do all of our culling inside of Aftershoot because it's so much faster than Lightroom. And you can tell that Aftershoot kept Lightroom users in mind when considering how to cull images because it uses the exact same thing that Lightroom does. They use the stars, they have the colors. It's a very seamless workflow, and you can customize the way Aftershoot handles images to fit what you're already doing inside of Lightroom. So next step we're going to do is I'm going to obviously do the selected and the highlights, and we're going to go over into the edit tab. And over here I have my AI profile all set up. This is something that you can do on your own. All you have to do is load in a whole bunch of your edits and you'll be able to set up your own custom profile with inside of Aftershoot. And if you would like, there's a marketplace inside of Aftershoot where you can purchase other people's profiles that are already set up. If you don't feel like training Aftershoot in your style, maybe you just like somebody else's style, for a very small fee, you can go ahead and use their AI profile on your pictures. I have mine already set up, so we're just going to go real quick through it and I'm going to show you exactly what's going on. So it's my profile that we're doing, the color space. Do I want it to crop? In this instance, I'm going to leave that off. No. Straighten, yes. I have a really bad tendency to just ever so slightly shoot with my images a little bit crooked. I don't know why. I have the grids on, I have the level on. I still suck at this. I just shoot crooked all the time. Next, we can do some AI masking. I'm going to leave it off in this case, but it is an option if you want to use it, where you can do the subject mask with the edits or just a subject mask only. You have some good options in there. And then you can adjust your non-AI sliders from your preset. So if we go down to the next little step, we're going to go to the star rating. I don't want to edit all 3,600 pictures. We're just going to edit my 2 stars and my 3 stars, which brings us up to 1,322 images. So about a third of what we shot is being culled down and edited here. And next, all we're going to do is click on edit. If you've just had your snack and you just had your drink, maybe you got to go to the bathroom, take your dog for a walk. Guess what? Go enjoy yourself for a minute because Aftershoot's taking care of all of our editing now. And as soon as it's done editing, it pops up with this dialog box. It allows us to either have all the pictures, the edited pictures, or the unedited pictures. Then we can also import directly into Lightroom Classic, Lightroom, Bridge, Photoshop. It also has the option here for a Capture One catalog as well. We can also export directly to a folder. Personally, I am a Lightroom Classic user, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on Lightroom Classic. Hey, look, a picture of my dog Nacho. And it's going to pop up with all of the pictures, all 3,600 pictures, but it's only going to select the ones that we edited, as you can see. So we have the option to import everything if we would like. That way we do have some alternatives there in case maybe we miss something in the process and we want to have those other images there, which is something that I really like personally doing. Or we can just import the pictures that we decided to cull and edit. So what I personally like to do is I like to bring everything in. That way I do have the backups there in case there is something that I do want to change. And if we have our folder already in place, we can just add the pictures. I'm going to choose the option copy at the top of Lightroom because one thing that I do like to do is rename my files. Just for organization purposes, I always rename my files to be year, month, day, hyphen, hour, minute, second. That way I know exactly when that picture was taken and in what order. It makes organization so much easier. If you don't have a method for organizing your files, go ahead and give that one a shot. I really appreciate it when it comes to finding and locating certain pictures. And we're going to go ahead and put these pictures right into our hard drive, and we're going to click import. And then as soon as this import is done, we're going to have all of our images in there with the 1,300 of them that Aftershoot has edited for us. At this point, you can go ahead about your normal process where you can make small little tweaks to your images before you're ready to export them. But what Aftershoot has done for us, it has eliminated the culling process almost completely, and it has given us a really good starting point for our edits. This saves so much time. In my wedding workflow, in my sports photography, it allows me to buy back so much of my time. If you think you're going to give Aftershoot a go for yourself, definitely check out that link down below where you can save yourself a little bit of money. Use that code at checkout, and hopefully this helped out at least one person out there, somebody willing to give Aftershoot a shot just to see how much time it could save them. I really think if you haven't dabbled into AI culling and AI editing yet, I really think you're going to appreciate just how much time it's going to save you. If you have any additional questions about this, drop them in the comments down below and I'll be happy to help you out as much as I can. And until next time, peace.